show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Bass in your face. Bass in your face.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Hossein and Grown. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it's called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform we talk about everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. Um, I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, hopefully on Facebook and Instagram. And I see here I shared the link. Thank you very much for stopping by, Riza. So, also, I want to let everybody know that the subscribe button has been enabled for the first 5 minutes, meaning if you're not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you will need to subscribe to the channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, whether you've been a supporter from the very beginning or just recently joined today. I really appreciate your love and continued support. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, as well as those who allow me to enter in your devices and those who watch from the clouds, even the haters. So, what I'm going to ask you to do, if you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please like and subscribe and set the bell notifications to all. So, therefore, whenever I do produce content, you have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. So, it's Friday night, which means we're going to have another round of open discussion. So, for the benefit of those of you who do not, who don't know what happens, what I would do is I will talk about several topics. I'll give you my point of view, and of course, you, the audience, will have the opportunity to opine as well, um, as far as each topic is being discussed. Also, if you have anything that you would like for me to discuss, I will do my best and comply. Um, Now, if it's something where I don't have a great deal of knowledge about, I will be transparent and admit it such. But in any case, I want to let everybody know that the link, okay, hopefully you hear me. Hello? Okay. Um, I want to let everybody know that the link to join the panel has been pinned. Should anyone wishes to hit that link and opine regarding whatever topic I'm talking about, they may do so. However, I will insist that you come up in the backstage to make sure that no one tries to flash anything inappropriate or attempt to dump enter any porn. Okay? Because unfortunately, we do have people that try to make life impossible for us content creators. Once I see that you're not going to try to do anything like that and you're going to abide by my guidelines, you'll be allowed on the panel. Now, whether you decide to camp up or not, I leave that to your discretion. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is, of course, next week's schedule. Okay, which I will be live Monday night, Wednesday night, and Friday night. Okay, and just to let you know the topics I'll be discussing Monday, I'll be talking about why people hate. In other words, I'm going to be talking about why people have hatred. So I'm going to give you my point of view and I'm going to give you some perspectives. Okay, because unfortunately, we still have people that are full of hatred, and it could be multiple factors. So we're going to have that discussion. Wednesday, which is the eve of the anniversary of 9/11, I'm going to give you my reflections regarding the anniversary. And it seems like it happened yesterday, but particularly to for those who've been affected by that tragic day where nearly 3,000 people perished. Okay. And of course, many people lost their spouses, children, parents, loved ones, and close friends. So, and of course, for these dear people, uh, it's something that happened 24 years ago, but it's like it happened yesterday. And of course, we must understand that there is no expiration date on grief. And of course, on Friday, I'll have my usual open discussion topic. So, with that being said, now I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I have come across some weird stuff on social media, and I was watching this content creator, and this is the thing that I find sad and tragic, which is women. And let me make this perfectly clear. I'm gonna say some women, okay? Because not all women are into this, okay? But there are some. Now, I came across a video where there are some women that are actively, now mind you, I'm not saying accident, actively trying to engage in sexual intercourse for the express purpose of trying to get an STD uh, to pass it on to their sexual partners. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's perfectly horrible. Okay. And the motivation why, and again, let me make this perfectly clear. Some women, they do this as a form of revenge regarding their spouses or their boyfriends being unfaithful to them. Maybe what happened is perhaps they engage in intercourse and they came up with with an STD and gave it to them. So they decide, well, you know what? I'm gonna give them an STD, or even more horrible, try to give infect other men for whatever purposes. Some it's with some of them it's something had to do with revenge. Uh, and now when I mean STDs, I think it could be anything from HIV. Now today, a person infected with STD with HIV, they can live with medication, a long lifespan, but there are laws specifically there regarding people who purposely infect people with HIV because it is an incurable disease. Yes, there's medication that can help you live with it, but there's no cure left. And when I don't know about you, but you have to have a certain amount of hatred towards the opposite sex if you're going if your purpose of trying to infect others with an STD. Number one, and number two, you have to have something. There's got to be some sort of a malfunction that you purposely, purposely try to get an STD. Okay. First of all, it's been said um, many times, and I will continue to share this. Okay. First of all, when you engage in intercourse with multiple partners, first of all, you do not know what influences you allow to enter into your body and into your mind and into your soul. Okay, so you're not just because you not only be forming a physical union with them, but you also expose yourself to what's called demonic influences. Okay, because you don't know what's going on in that person's life. Wow, introvert Verika, long time no see. I hope that you're doing well. Uh, if you can join me, uh, the link is there if you want to opine. Not much. A lot. Look, a lot has gone by. Let me put it to you this way: a lot has gone by, and we need to catch up. Okay, we need to catch up. So basically, tonight I'm just having open discussion when I'm just discussing some things. Right now, I'm discussing a situation where there are some women, and again, let me make it clear, folks, some women that are going out there with the express purpose of engaging in intercourse, hoping to get an STD and then infecting other other partners. Okay, now you have to have some sort of hatred. You have to have something going on. You also have that something has to do with your lack of a moral compass. If you're going out there and engaging in unprotected sex for the express purpose of trying to get an STD and then pass it on to other people, now I know we're living in a day and age with the hookup culture and people going around and having multiple sexual partners and things like that, and thinking that's perfectly normal. The problem is when you engage in intercourse with multiple partners, and again, you don't know what you are exposing yourself. Okay, but there's all like I said, there is the risk of getting an STD. There's also the risk of getting exposing yourself to a demonic influence, and of course, there's also the possibility of unwanted pregnancies. Okay, which means, guess what, folks? 18 years of child support. Okay, and particularly nowadays with the way that the child support laws are structured so much in the women's favor. And of course, we do know that there are some. Women, again, let me make this perfectly clear. Some women will lie to a dude and claim that he's the biological father when she knows that she's not, in order to get child support. Okay, you know what? Let me just okay, try okay, I just put the link again. Try it again and see if you can hop on. That's weird. But you know what? Sometimes StreamYard acts a little weird. So see if you can hop on. So, but getting back to I mean, the fact that you have, and again, let me specify this: some women purposely trying to get an STD to spread to their partners. Okay, so let me just state that before I let my guests, let me just state for the record that the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your right to your image. Some of these people who may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. Now go bring in my guest. Good evening, Ramon.
Good evening, Jose. What's going on? It's good to hear from you. Good to talk to you. Thanks for having
Yes,
me. It's been a while. I know. I know. That is there are several things that I have been
yes,
dealing with that I have been going on with
yeah,
me, and that's why I
Ramon
have
here.
been
How
away.
have
Yeah.
you been?
It's been it's been it's been a bit of a roller coaster. I mean, a couple of different things that have been going on in my personal life, and also with the madness that in society the that we have been dealing with. It's just that I have been trying to take care of myself, and I have been dealing with things that have to do with my personal life and with family, relatives, legal stuff, and also personal relationships. All of those things at the same time. So yeah, it has taken a toll on me, and I needed to stay away because the last thing that I want is um, getting online only to start getting into arguments with people, and I'll admit that I wasn't in the best mindset and not in the best mood. But this is something that we can talk about it, talk about it a little bit backstage. But thanks for having me. It's just that
No problem.
I did needed to be
Yeah.
to be away for a while. So yeah. So
Well,
I saw you this time,
well,
and I saw you many times. I saw you many times. I'll admit. And I wanted to on this one this time hop on and to talk to you a little bit, which is nice. So yeah. But we're
well,
here.
you'd be
Yeah.
surprised. You'd be surprised. I've been had issues with one content creator, and this is the stuff that has been said about me.
Uh huh.
That let's see. I have an STD.
Oh boy.
I don't practice that. Yeah, I don't practice dental hygiene.
Uh
I'm
huh.
broke. I'm lonely. No
Right.
one loves me, and I'm a disappointment to my dead mother.
Oh man, mentioning your mom too. Oh, these people. These people are out of pocket. They're out of line. I mean, damn. No, but I mean, they have to make up stuff. They have to make up stuff about you because they don't really have anything else. They don't have anything that is actually true, and that's why and that's why they're having to come up with this with stories, personal attacks. They have to resort to that because they really don't have anything on you, and apparently you are a star to them. I mean, they're low key fans. You know, some of the some of the people that are seem to be like haters. There are so there's consistent. They hate watch you. They hate listening to you, but they do it consistently. So they're
Yes,
fans. What's going on, Herbie? It's been
yes.
a while.
Hey, Irby. Actually, would you believe it? Irby actually has his own YouTube channel now.
I'm gonna have to check you out, Herbie. That's good. That's
Okay.
a good thing.
Yes. Oh, and another hater talk about that he's going to report me to ICE.
So they're MAGA. So they're MAGA. Anybody that starts bringing up ICE and threatening you with ICE, yeah, they're MAGAs. MAGAs are not thinking people. They don't think a lot. I mean, studies show that those that lean kind of like far right and they start threatening and all of that. Yeah, they're not the the most intelligent people, and their dear leader said it himself that he loves the uneducated. So yeah,
But
it tells you something. It
now
tells you something.
also,
Hey, Lisa.
yes,
Hmm.
yeah, hi, Riz. Now also I had some issues with, you're not going to believe it, with two teacher coming on talking about his anti-Israel rhetoric.
Oh boy. One thing is being anti-Israel. Another thing is being anti-Zionism. I can tell you. I mean, if I were to meet somebody who is Jewish, I'm not gonna have a problem with somebody who is Jewish. But I could never be supportive of a Zionist regime. I could never. Those are two different things because
Now,
many Jewish people that are against Zionism.
yeah, but look, let me make this perfectly clear. Okay, I know I said I was going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about in this case. I know that the Israeli government has done a lot of bad stuff. Okay, I'm gonna be transparent and admit that. However, those Palestinian groups, they're not innocent angels either.
No, no,
So,
because you can bring
and
up.
so,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
I mean, if you're going to, call the test what the Israeli government has done, the evil that's done, that you need to, to be to be truthful and transparent regarding the stuff that the Palestinians have done.
Well, you're talking about Hamas, and Hamas is a militant group, and Hamas is not an innocent. They're not innocent. But if you're gonna, the way to combat Hamas is that if you see somebody who's a suspected Hamas, and you're gonna level a whole building full of people that are gonna be mostly civilians, then you're just using Hamas as an excuse to kill as much as possible because this is what's happening. I mean, Gaza is being turned into rubble, and a lot of people
Yeah,
we don't know exactly. The estimates goes in the tens of thousands of civilians that are whose lives are being snuffed, and that's the people that can be accounted for because there are many people that are under the rubble that are not accounted for.
mhm.
So yeah,
Like I
yeah.
said, look,
Saying, I'm not saying that there are bad
yeah,
Palestinians, but the operatives, the bad Palestinians, it does. There being bad Palestinian doesn't justify doing wholesale massacres. It doesn't justify
I
it.
agree. I agree.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying, you don't address, you don't, I mean, if we're going to be honest, we have to call this as anyone that's doing evil things. Anyone, whether it be Hamas or whether it be the Israeli government. Oh, by the way, I know you love me to hear this, but it is now officially 107 days until the first day of winter.
I wanted to stay warm as long as possible. Now, yesterday it did went all the way up to 108 degrees, which is not very comfortable, but I still prefer it to be warm. If it can go down to say like 90, 95 degrees, I'll be happy because that's kind of like the that's
Well,
the type of weather that I grew up on.
well, you know me. If it can go down, say to the 30s this time of year,
No, no,
I will be
no, no,
happy.
no. Don't start with that. Don't start with that. I mean, I like it what it is now. I like it what it is. If it can go down like 5 degrees, that would be perfect. Like, even if it is like a kind of like a rounded number, like a 100 degrees. If it is 100 degrees, I can deal with that. I wouldn't complain. But if it goes all the way up to like 106, 108, it starts to become a little bit, just a little bit uncomfortable.
Well,
But give me
well,
95 degrees. Yes, yes, that's perfect.
well, well.
That,
You know
that's
me.
that, that's perfect
I'm just
for going out for a walk. Going out for a walk, and there is a nice breeze.
no, 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 no,
Not when it's over
no.
100 degrees,
95.
but you go out.
No, no.
You can go out for a walk because the wind is blowing you hot air. So that's not fun. I mean, it has to go on the about 95 degrees. That's more manageable.
Well, do you know who was in the chat like a couple weeks ago? Our friend Denise.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know, I know. I mean, she must be very busy with that with her little ball of energy.
Oh
I
yes,
mean,
I mean, I could just,
baby,
I
baby
could just
boy.
imagine. Yeah, I could just imagine. Now, I also spoke with her briefly on Facebook and Facebook Messenger.
Ah, oh, cool, cool. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah. Now, I have some good news. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Today, I actually reached 700 subs,
Man, that's good. That's good. I'm happy for you. That's good that you
and
got
I
it.
actually, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and actually did a short that actually reached 36,000 views.
Excellent. That's a good thing.
Yes,
That's
of
good.
course,
Mhm.
not, and of course, not everyone can devote time and energy creating content.
No, it's just yeah, many of us do have responsibility. Many of us do have a life away from away from the computer, away from YouTube, away from some social media and all of that. I'm still trying to learn how to use TikTok because when I used social media, I might look at a little bit of Instagram, and via Instagram, I try to stay in touch with you guys. You know that I'm always sending you things, funny videos, and things like that.
Yes,
Because that's kind of like my
but
way of trying to stay in touch with you. So you know that I don't
yeah,
forget about you. I don't forget about you guys.
I
It's
know.
just that
But
I have
let me,
been involved
yeah,
with personal stuff. Yeah.
mhm.
Uh-huh.
But let me ask for your opinion. Now, I
Uh-huh.
came across a video today where there are, again, let me make this perfectly clear, some women going around engaging in unprotected intercourse for the express purpose of getting an STD and then giving it to their partners.
They should go to jail. They should go to jail. Isn't that what they when a man knows that he has an STD or he gets HIV and intentionally goes around um and spread it and getting healthy people infected. What is it that they usually do? Somebody who does that, usually a man who does that, usually gets arrested for endangering other people for when it comes to diseases, getting people infected with maybe a deadly disease or an incurable disease. And these women that are doing the same thing, I mean, intentionally getting an. Is that like a TikTok trend or something? Because there are some weird TikTok trends, um, and they should be arrested. They should be arrested because they're intentionally getting a disease to an unsuspected innocent person. I mean, it being a woman doing it, that doesn't make it okay. Because if it were a man, women would be calling for that man to be arrested and held accountable. So it has to go both ways. It has to go.
Not
It
only
has
get
to.
arrested,
Uh-huh.
but okay, yeah, but said not only arrested, but in prison, and then and getting exposed to
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
in prison,
Being.
people who men,
Uh-huh.
people who are convicted of sexual crimes, we know what happened to them in prison.
Yes. 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 I mean,
Yeah.
intentionally exposing unsuspected people to diseases. Yes, they should be getting arrested, held accountable. Prison time is necessary. Yes, it will happen if it was a man. So why it should be different for them because they're women? What I don't understand, if
Okay, but you know what?
they don't have a disease, I don't know. Is that like a challenge, some kind of online challenge that they want to get a disease? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Um, it's for some women, it's called it is called empowerment.
You see, that's the thing. That's the thing. The whole empowerment thing. And this is the moment. But I'm gonna start sounding like like a freaking misogynist. That women don't know what they want. Since when women don't know what they want? I mean, they think that they want to be empowered, and they think that by spreading a disease, that's empowerment. I said that that's a ticket to jail. Because a man that does the same things is somebody that there will be calls for him to be put in prison. So it should be both ways. Like what the hell?
Okay, it should be, but we know that's not going to be the case. Okay,
Hmm.
and that
Hmm.
and that's the sad part. Now,
Yeah.
last month I was in Atlanta for almost a week, and I had a beautiful time.
Oh, nice, nice. It was something that had to do with your job that you were visiting there.
Well, I was part of a delegation from my union that was attending a Latino conference.
All right.
Yes,
Good. That's nice.
and of course I love Atlanta. Of course, Atlanta is extremely humid in the summertime with temperatures in the 90s, which is for me anything above 80 degrees is near fatal. But I
Your job should do your your job should do an event like that, or your union should do an event like that, but you should do it in like either Houston or over here in Dallas in July.
no no
In
no.
July
In fact,
or in August. Oh yeah,
In fact,
the weather
no,
will
no,
be
no,
perfect.
no, because you know why? Because if that happens, you might as well set up a reservation for the ER because me and high humidity don't get along.
Yeah, and go out for a walk in a day in July at about 2-3 p.m., which is the warmest part of the day. Oh yeah.
Well, I'll do this. If you come to New York in the
Uh-huh.
wintertime, okay,
Mm. Hmm.
particularly when the temperature gets down to the 20s and you wear like a light sweater, then I will go to Houston or Dallas in the middle of summer in the afternoon and take a walk.
Yeah, go around and take a long walk at 3 p.m. On a day
Well, you know,
on a
well, you know
warm
what,
day, July or August. Oh yeah,
well,
that will be
you
fun.
know what you should do. You should, you know what you do. You should go to Coney Island on New Year's Day, be a
Uh-huh.
part of the Polar Bear Club, and get into the water and swim.
Hmm. Right, right. Sure, sure.
Or you can go to the beautiful, the beach that's known as the Riviera of the Bronx. Go to Orchard Beach on New Year's
Chocha
Day
Beach.
and get into that,
Okay.
and get into that beautiful crystal blue water.
Uh-huh. Sure, sure. Sure, in Chocha Beach. Yeah, yeah. That's nah, no thanks. I still remember seeing a short video of somebody, this very deceiving video in which they were talking about Chocha Beach. And they show kind of like a clip of somebody in a car, kind of like approaching, kind of like on the highway, getting into the city, supposedly going to Orchard Beach. And then when they get, supposedly when they get to the beach, they edit it with some footage specifically from Crash Boat Beach in Puerto Rico. Like, if you don't get out of here with that mess, they splice kind of like a clip of a video, somebody getting into the city on their way to Orchard Beach. They splice that with footage of Crash Boat. I recognize it instantly because in Crash Boat there are kind of like these piers docks, these old concrete docks that I understand that recently one of them crumbled because of the erosion. I mean, exposed to that erosion all the time, eventually it weakens it. And one of the kind of like one of the docks that were there, it's called Crash Boat for a reason because they had this kind of like a piers, these docks where boats could align themselves to. And I understand that one of them crumbled on a during a storm, um, and they are made of concrete, and that's something that with the erosion eventually that starts to weaken. But I could tell because it
But
was the crystal blue water, real blue, clear water, like the real deal,
but
not what you're talking about.
yeah, but in all fairness, you never been to Orchard Beach, so for all you know, it could be even
Hmm.
more beautiful than the beaches of Puerto Rico.
Hell no, no, that's not a thing. That could never. There is never ever a comparison. Hmm.
But speaking about New York, there's a possibility that you know who may come to visit me this winter.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, my little lady is in Santo Domingo too, and
Yes.
she's been taking care of some things. She's been there for her kid, for her daughter. She's gonna be
Uh-huh.
having a birthday soon, so eventually she
Yeah.
should come back. Hmm. Oh, that's good.
Well, of course, and of course, one of the things I've spoken to her about is that maybe I should send you money for a coat because it does get a little bit cooler here in New York in the wintertime.
Just a little bit cooler. Bring her in while it's still warm. You should do that soon while it's still warm. It will
Yeah,
be
but
easier.
yeah,
It will be easier for her to transition to get out. It gives her time to adapt when the temperature start to go down.
yeah. But
That
the
should
thing
give
is,
her
if we
a
get
chance.
married, if we she get we get married, she's gonna have to get used to the New York climate, and you have to get used to the when the winter. Well, you can't say winter because we haven't had winter in New York in years. I mean, we haven't
Oh,
had
here we
a
go.
decent winter
Ah,
day.
here we go. Here we go again. Talking about that there are no winters there. Yes, you do have winters. What you talking about?
20s and 30s, that's not winter.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
Now, if you want, I mean, if you're talking about single digits, okay, that's something. Or even if if by miracle it gets below zero. Now that's winter.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. No, 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 no. Well,
But
it's winter if it goes all the way down to the low 40s. Yeah, at about 40 degrees, that's already winter, winter. That's cold.
no, no, no,
Yeah.
no. For me, once the temperature no, for me, once the temperature reaches 20 degrees, that's it's no longer winter. It's basically spring or fall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you say. So you say. Nah, nah. Oh, man. But
But
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta
Uh-huh.
but you gotta come to New York in the wintertime. You will love it.
Mm, mm. I thought it was okay when I went there for my birthday. That was August, so it was, and it wasn't even that hot. That's the thing. You will think that I thought it was the beginning of August, and I will think that it will be hot, but it wasn't really that hot. It wasn't bad. I could walk around
Okay,
when I
well,
stayed at
remember,
Queens. Yeah.
I have a different attitude, a viewpoint when it comes to temperature.
Uh huh. I know.
Okay. Now, of course, when we was at the attending the conference, for some reason, some of my people in my group was complaining that it was too cold, and it's like, no, it's just comfortable.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it was for you. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Mm,
But but let's change the subject a little bit.
yeah. Yeah. Please. I mean, all that weather talk. I'm gonna start
One thing
to
we
feel
have to make
cold.
it perfectly clear when we talk about
Uh huh. Well,
well, actually,
when
I
we
had the AC on a few minutes ago.
you have the AC on. I don't have the AC on
But
right now, and here it gets hotter
let's change the
than
topic.
where you are at. Uh huh.
I mean, it's 75 degrees outside.
75 degrees is not hot. 75 degrees is it's nice for me to have a fan on, and I sleep with that. I just need a fan. I sleep with a fan.
Okay. Well,
Like so many of us, like
well,
so many
well,
people, because we grew up sleeping with a fan. We didn't have air conditioner. A lot of us.
well, you're talking to a person that actually slept with the AC on in the wintertime. So,
Well, you were using the AC. Well, you were using the AC the to the heater, right? You
well,
were
I mean,
using the heater,
no, I was using the
right?
AC because you know why? Because they overdid it giving us heat. So how I dealt with it is turning on the AC.
Okay, because well, the unit that I have, you use the same control for the to get heat. So
Hmm.
it's the same unit. It's capable of blowing warm air, which is something that I do use in certain times, especially at the beginning of the year, when it's like this unbelievable temperatures of like 35 degrees or so. Those
That's
temperatures
spring like. That's spring.
no, no, hell no.
That's that's spring like. What you complain? Why are you complaining, man? You're as bad as Denise is.
No, no. I mean, especially when they go down to below 30. Ugh. I mean, ugh. That's not. Ugh, I hate it. I hate
Just
it.
picture.
I hate it.
Just picture. Imagine. I mean, just picture when the temperature goes down to single digits. Now, isn't that beautiful? I don't know about you, but when it does happen, when I go outside, it actually put a little pep in my step.
No, no, no. You can keep that cold. You can keep it. I don't need it. I don't want that down here. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. You
Oh,
can keep it. You can keep it. If I visit New York, it's gonna be during July or August, but it's still
yeah,
warm like a human being needs for the weather to have
yeah.
some
But if
warmth.
you visit New York yeah, but if you
Uh-huh.
visit New York in December, what that means you can go to Rockefeller Center and you can look at the Christmas tree, or on New Year's Eve, particularly on a nice cool night when the temperatures are in the low, like in the 20s. You can wait outside and watch the ball drop, and then be hugged and kissed by strangers.
Oh hell no, hell no, nah, nah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oy.
Now, now let me ask you another question. How do you feel? What's your view regarding the subject regarding office spouses?
Office spouses?
Yes.
You mean okay? You mean people that work together, but they start getting a little bit too close? Is that what you mean? They get
Okay.
together, they hook
Yeah.
up,
Well,
they
basic. Well,
still
basically,
get.
okay. Let me. What it is what it is that when you have like a very close platonic relationship with someone of the opposite sex.
Uh-huh. At work. Okay.
Yes.
You know what? I
So,
don't.
what is
I,
your view?
well, I don't call it. I don't call it a office spouse. I mean, I have heard about women seeing their boss at work as kind of like their work husband. Uh, I have heard of that. Work spouses. Well, I do work with women, and I don't have that dynamic, that close dynamic with any of them. Uh, I don't know. You know, where it's just that where I'm from, there will be instances in which people that will work together, they will get attracted, and they start hooking up, and those things I've heard about happening back home. Maybe not so much over here. Over here, um, a man trying to get together with a co-worker is taking a risk. It's taking a risk that
Yeah.
maybe maybe she gets things disgruntled with him, um and things don't work out, and then it becomes awkward because they still have to see each other every day. They still have to work together. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really recommended like that. I mean, I know when I was younger, there was a job that I had in which I ended up hooking up with my with my coworker. That was a thing. It happened. It happened.
Well, this is how I look at it. I mean, first of all, believe it or not, I don't know how it happened, but I actually have an office wife. But of course, it's purely platonic.
Oh, do you? Ooh, don't get in trouble now.
No, 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 no. Believe me, we have clear boundaries. I don't
Yeah.
go anything other than like a friend because first of all, I don't see her as uh in a romantic way.
Uh huh. Uh huh. I hear you.
Okay, which is basically, I mean, basically says no, she's concerned about my well-being and I'm concerned about her well-being, but it's purely platonic. It's more like an adopted sibling relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'll drop the link. I don't know why. Let me just. And you know what's a
Hey,
funny thing?
Giorgio,
It happened
use the
very
link in the chat.
quickly.
Use the link that is in the chat, not at the top of it, but the one that is in the chat that Jose used for me. Yeah. But that one that's pinned at the top of the chart, that one doesn't work. That was like
Yeah, I
the,
just,
the link to a different live that already ended. That's what it direct me. It direct me.
well, okay, okay, I just dropped the link again. So, um, no, but I mean, it's basically, I mean, okay, I see okay, let me just, good evening, Jojo.
Hey, Jose. For a second there, I thought that you banned me from your airline company.
No, no, oh. Well, okay, before, let me get into my, okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard to Uncommon Sense Airlines, where here logic reigns, and the passengers are treated to excellent service.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, the captain has posted the seatbelt sign, so we asking all our passengers please remain seated during the duration of the flight.
Thank you. Thank you so much for you being such a professional captain / pilot. But yeah, hey, but it's been a good, but it's good to see you, Jose, and it's good to see you too, Ramon. It's been a minute.
It's been a while, Giorgio. What's going on,
Yes.
man?
Mm. Career,
All
divine
right.
callings, working out, and doing at least 10 to 15,000 steps per day.
Okay. Good. That's good.
What about
That's
you?
Oh, dealing with things and dealing with personal things, life, relationships, things that have to do with family, things that legal stuff. It's been difficult. It's been difficult lately, and that might be the biggest reason why I was away. But I'll see if I can try to ease my way back into doing this more consistently. Yeah, but yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
So, but
Been
on
crazy
this
too.
one,
Good evening. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Good evening,
Yes,
Castillo. No,
el
believe me. First of all,
castigador. Yeah, diablo.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Punisher. Basically, that's what that means. The Punisher.
yeah.
Mhm.
No, but believe me. One thing about my friend, we have set clear boundaries of which we're not going to, which I am definitely not going to cross. First of all, I don't look at her in a romantic way, and well,
Mhm.
how, and I don't think she looks at me in a romantic way. And if she does, well, unfortunately, I'm spoken for. So,
In
Mm.
other words, Jose, you two are being pure for each other until there's a possibility of marriage.
and yes, but I don't look at her in a romantic sense. I don't.
Mm.
I mean,
Mm.
I have a great deal. I have a great deal of respect for her as a colleague. I have a great deal of respect because she's also a union rep like myself. But
Mm.
Mhm.
seeing her in a
Oh,
romantic way, no.
oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the girl you're seeing who is in the Dominican Republic. But never mind.
No. It's just
No, I'm talking about.
it's the office wife, the office girlfriend, office wife.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
they're not kind of like the unofficial. Not necessarily that he's doing anything, but it's like the office spouse, as he called them. Like
Mhm.
there is no such thing. There is the office. Maybe the office hookup that you are gonna be risking everything over. I mean, there was a time when that was more
No,
common for it to happen because people will keep their mouth shut. But now everything gets leaked on social media and all, and people end up losing their jobs and things like that. It's not worth it. Yeah. It's not
Look,
worth
believe
it
me,
to
I
mess
don't.
with that.
Yeah, but
Look, believe me.
that would be so awkward though that yeah, I mean stuff like that goes down on the jobs, but you feel really kind of weird and just honestly grossed out a little afterwards because you've now formed some kind of deeper connection with that person. And what happens if you two don't work out? Then you two don't even really want to be around each other much, or even somebody ends up quitting at a certain point.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
like what I was mentioning earlier. Because if things don't work out, then they still have to work with each other, and things become awkward. Yeah. I was mentioning
Yeah.
something like that earlier.
Yeah, as a result of lusting each other on the job, though, that's like the worst of the worst thing that you can do. It happens all the time where two people they
Um.
lust at each other,
Yeah.
they just get into it, and now they have to deal with each other's energies too, which may not really always work out in the long run. Actually, almost never. Don't do it.
Yeah. Yes. Excuse, yes, Katis, with us colleagues. I mean, like I said before, I have a great deal of respect. Okay, but I mean, as far as looking her in a romantic way, no. Okay,
Same way, Jose.
I, because look, let me tell you something. When you get involved in office romances, that can go south so many ways, and next thing you know, everybody in the building, not just the floor, knows that that the two of you are broken up, and you are arguing, and then it's just an unholy mess. So believe me, I have never had I never had a romantic feeling to an opposite member of the opposite sex, and I'll never will.
I never will too. Like unless you two have already been married for some time because you do have those family owned businesses where you have both the husband and the wife who work together and collaborate so amazingly well like on the job. Now in cases like that that's very different, but if you two are just starting off, and honestly in almost every case when something like that happens it's just two colleagues who just lust after each other, it's going to be a recipe for disaster. So don't.
No, yes, yes, I consider her a friend. I her a friend that I have a great deal of respect. And like I said, I don't look at her in a romantic sense. And besides, I'm spoken about.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Same
Right.
here. I do not look at any of my
But yeah, I've
female
come across.
colleagues romantically at
See,
all. I don't want that.
no, no. But you know what? I've come across some crazy stuff on social media. Okay. Uh, this earlier this week, I watched a video where, and again, let me specify this. Some women are actually going out there engaging in unprotected intercourse with multiple partners for the express purpose of getting an STD, and then some of them go out and express and spread it to other partners.
Yeah.
I've heard of
Yeah.
that.
That's that
Is
malicious endangerment stuff. That jail time.
yeah, some I think you're in Texas, like Ramon, so something like that would be like a felony charge.
Yeah, I will have to look it up how it applies here because it may vary between state to state. But yeah, it's kind of like something that is being done intentionally to hurt other people. That's gonna have to be some kind of arrestable offense, something
Yes.
you can go to jail for. So
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Knowingly infecting
now
other people. Yeah.
this is the yeah. Yeah. But see, this is the thing. First of all, it's bad enough that you actually doing this, but you actually talk about doing this on social media, which makes it even worse. And this is the thing that some people they don't understand. Once you post something in social media, even if you delete it later on or private it, the content, it's there forever because anyone can just as easily record it, do or take
Yeah, anybody can
Screen, screen
screenshot,
record.
screen record, screenshot. If it is a post, yeah, that can be saved and it pops up somewhere. That post that that you thought that you took it down and nobody saw and nobody kept it, and then a couple of years later it comes out uh, because it was a screenshot at the time. Ugh. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful what you post on social media because it can definitely be used against you.
okay,
Oh yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
Uh, guess guess who's watching this? Guess who's watching this stream live on Instagram?
Give us a hint.
I was married to this person.
Your ex-wife that you divorced
My
in
yes,
2020 was not 2021, 2011,
2013.
2013. That was okay. Interesting.
Mm.
No, believe me. No, believe me. That's why I have never look in all my professional years. I have never tried to have a romantic relationship with someone from the opposite sex because it does it can go south also easily in also many ways. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, too
But
much of a risk.
let me yeah, but
Hmm.
let me just say a few words in Spanish. Buenas noches, espero que está disfrutando del el video, aunque casi todo está en inglés. Bienvenida al, a la programación.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But but the thing, but I mean, look, you have to have something major wrong with your moral compass. If you're going out there to expose yourself for the express purpose of getting an STD and then thinking about giving it to somebody else,
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like a TikTok trend. So they're not thinking. They're not thinking about what they're doing. So it doesn't make a lot of sense risking your health for cloud chasing because that's what it kind of that's what kind of sounds. I'm sure that they're documenting everything so they can put it online. It's idiotic.
What I'm also sensing from that,
I mean,
Ramon, is that. Oh, what's up, Jose? Sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, what I was about to say to Ramon is that what I'm also sensing from that, though, is that this person has like a hell of a lot of underlying hurt and trauma underneath that. And that person is just acting out of that trauma and that hurt in like the worst way possible, like in a very scummy way. It's definitely not excusing that kind of behavior at all, but that person should really check their own heart, their hurt, and their trauma that's motivating them to do such despicable acts.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just what it boils down
Yeah,
to, especially if this is now like a woman who is wanting to knowingly infect men. Clearly, a man hurt her badly, so now she wants to hurt someone else. And it much like goes back to what you said, Jose, hurt people, right? There you go.
yeah,
true,
yeah.
true. I mean, look, one thing, okay, one thing, if you've been hurt in a relationship, okay, I mean, appropriate, the more appropriate thing to do is, you know, make sure that you're whole mentally, emotionally, and spiritually before you try to hop onto another relationship, because if you try to get into another relationship without resolving those issues, what you're doing is you're bringing your emotional trauma and baggage to a person that, that for all purposes didn't do anything, but because you are not approaching it correctly, can you be taken out on this person, and then what happens is this person you know, gets targeted, and next thing you know, it just the cycle never ends. So that's why when you have been hurt in a romantic relationship, uh, what you need to do is you need to recover. You need to heal emotionally, mentally, and spiritually before you get back into the dating scene. And you also be mindful of the mistakes that you made and learn from them.
Exactly, though. I mean, like, I even made like a video about that too, like a while back, in regard to how you want to make sure that you're whole with yourself first before you really start pursuing like some other partner or some other relationship. And I know some people did not really handle that well, though, but it's okay to admit that you honestly are just not ready just yet for a relationship. You're just not sufficiently healed for that just yet.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people honestly, Ramon, like
Uh,
just are not ready, not healed enough.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying you're going to be perfect, though. Not saying that you may not have a little bit of some residue from whatever traumatic stuff that you went through,
Mm-hmm.
but some people are just not healed enough to really go down that
Yeah.
relationship route.
No,
Even-
and even if one is not doing perfect, one can choose not to engage in destructive behavior like that. Because that's not only them catching a disease, but it's spreading it to other people, destroying other people's lives. Because maybe it could be a disease that is never gonna go away, that can't be dealt with permanently. It could be something that will have to be managed for the rest of one life, and that's gonna be spreading that to other people, unsuspecting people. That's a crime. That's a whole crime.
yeah. And I've been down
yeah.
that route before in my
Yeah.
lifetime, though, because what it basically is that they're just two people who get together and connect through a trauma bond, which feels exciting. It feels like compatibility. It feels good in the moment, though, but eventually you two are actually going to turn on each other because you both are just two people who connected based on shared hurt. But you two are now going to feed off of each other's drama. It's
Mhm.
going to be a recipe for disaster. I've been through this already.
Right, right, right. Oh,
Um,
man.
Giorgio, Giorgio, I don't think Ramon awares of regarding your outreach. Would you like to share with Ramon what some of the things you have done?
Yeah, I do a lot of outreach. I reach the ladies of the night, if you know what I mean. I reached a lot of the homeless
Oh.
people out in the
Mhm.
Las Vegas area, though, and they tend to be pretty receptive to what I say to them, though, and just how I connect with them. They're oftentimes in like the grittiest parts of town, parts that you wouldn't want to go to.
Mhm.
But I have no fear in what I do because you have to really be called for something like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, yep. And they actually, some of them actually have my number, and I was just actually hanging out with some earlier, though. But it is something that I enjoy doing after work because, hey, you actually have to be somebody who can just be like a sense of hope and redemption to others. So, especially when you don't have very many people out there like me doing something like that in those areas, but somebody has to do it. So, it's a little quick context as to what's going on out here.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. You're trying to help people. That's honorable.
Yep.
Definitely.
And I'd even go to Texas where
Yeah.
you are and do the same thing because I know that you guys also have your share of it too. I'd love to.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Here in the area that I'm at, I can point to you exactly what is happening. Where that type of action is happening. That you really see it when it's around midnight. Oh yeah.
You guess like a lot of the drug dealers, the gangs come out though, the ladies of the evening come out though, and the homeless people come out.
Particularly in the ladies of the evening, because at least when it comes to things that have to do with gang activity, that's contained to certain areas and communities. But there are places that is kind of like more industrial areas. But those industrial areas, when it hits close to midnight, there are other there are the as you call them, the ladies of the night, that starts practicing a different type of industry, if you know what I mean. so
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a thing. It is a thing. So
Yeah, and basically the lie about me out there is that I'm harassing homeless people and that I'm targeting sex workers.
nah. Well, I mean, none
Well,
of these people have seen you. Actually, seen what you do. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. That's what it is. Accusations, speculation, assumptions. That's all that is. No, nothing based on fact.
Exactly though. And I mean, and Jose
well,
and Don Armando, they've seen my videos because I'm pretty active on what I do. And you've even seen, even you, Jose, you saw that video of me and the homeless Cuban woman, if you remember. Remember that?
yes, I did. But we have to consider the source. The same people who made the accusations about Georgia are the same person that made those lovely commenting about yours truly.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
hey,
So, okay. Oh, wait a
I'm
minute.
pretty
Listen.
sure.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Passengers, this is your captain speaking. Now we are going to take a detour and we're going to enter into the next topic. I hope you're enjoying the quality service here in Uncommon Sense Airlines. Please, if you have any concerns, please bring it to the attention of our flight crew.
All
I
right.
love doing that.
Okay.
Well, the Uncommon Sense airline, I'm pretty sure George Orr's haters were quite happy when I was pulled over and questioned by the police.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
you saw that video too. It got over 1,000 views. And I just recorded that video to show people what's going on out here.
mm.
But yeah, I got pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the police have been kind of following me. Yeah, they've been wondering what I'm doing. But I think my haters are just hoping that I get arrested.
Oh, arrested
Yep.
for what?
Just
Well,
for the sake of being arrested. Yeah.
Well, apparently, Ramon, witnessing to homeless people, people who are down the block, and those who are three or fours, that's the equivalent of harassment.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, Ramon.
Yeah. Making the assumptions. No, people that are just special like that. Nothing you can do with them. Yeah.
Exactly. Not only that, but I know I got
Yes.
a lot of flack because I brought a couple of my homeless friends to my place. I know them. We have a great relationship. They actually have shelter now. But yes, I was led to having them crash with me. And I have no
Okay.
regrets. Not
Okay.
everybody's going to have that opportunity, but they earned it.
Okay.
It was a mother and
Yeah.
a son that I actually know. And I was just hanging out with them
Yeah.
again today at their new place.
Oh,
Yes.
that's good. That's good.
So for people who say that, oh, you should
Okay.
house your homeless friends, I actually believe that. And that's what I did. And that's what I do.
Okay.
But
Okay.
apparently
Yeah.
people have issues with that.
To yeah. Today Georgia actually reached 700 subs.
I saw that though. Yeah. I noticed that too. And then I replied to Gigi's comment and said that, hey, our good man has reached 700 subs. Nice, man.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
so El Castigador
Well,
says, you got pulled over for no reason. Well, there was a reason why I got pulled over, though, because they've kind of seen me around before, and they have, I guess, what you call the reasonable suspicion. So in his eyes, I came off as somebody who was trying to traffic drugs. But until they got the full story, they let me go. I get it. It's a hotspot area. So it's to be
yeah,
expected, but it hasn't happened since then.
Mm. Mm.
but let us change the topic. Of course, we are approaching Hispanic Heritage Month, which occurs September the 15th to October the 15th, where
Mm-hmm.
we acknowledge the culture and achievements of the Latino community.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes. So, of course, there'll be content regarding some of our achievements, both here and on my other YouTube channel. Okay. Um, because we have to celebrate our culture. We have to celebrate who we are. I mean, look, and that's the beauty part about the Latino culture. I mean, because you have diversity. Okay, first of all, you have someone who's like Ramon, who is a native Puerto Rican, and then you have someone like myself, part of the Puerto Rican diaspora,
Mm-hmm.
basically someone that was born in the United States.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
And of course, before you know it, it'll be time for Christmas.
Still, we're still at the tail end of the summer. That's not. Don't start talking about your beloved weather. Your,
You caught on to that fast,
yeah, yeah.
Ramon.
No, we already talked about the weather. Let's not go back to that, please. We already did.
Actually,
So
actually, you know what? I haven't eaten in a long time. I haven't eaten pasteles, so I need to find a nice place where they make pasteles. And I want to experiment, like maybe like put peanut butter on pasteles, or maybe
that is
ranch
disgusting.
dressing on pasteles.
Peanut butter and ranch dressing. Can you be less disgusting, man? What the hell? Oh. I can't. I can't. That's worse than putting ketchup. No, no. I'm not. I can't. I can't with
Yummy,
you.
yummy, yummy.
Yeah, you can. You. That's disgusting. You get peanut butter on pastel. What the hell? No. Parranda. Parranda, I don't know if they do parrandas in Puerto Rico as they used to because it's not a safe thing to do. But parranda meaning singing Christmas song um, during the evenings around town, around neighborhoods and things like that. Uh, Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Punisher, Castigador. Jose is talking about putting peanut butter on pasteles and ranch. That's disgusting. I don't even like ketchup. There are Puerto Ricans that put ketchup on pasteles. I strongly disapprove of that. Me being an islander, I disapprove of freaking ketchup, but peanut butter, ugh, not nice, not good, disgusting, man. the, mo- the, mo- yeah, maybe they do. Maybe kind of like in the countryside, in the smaller towns where people know each other. Maybe it's safer to do, but kind of like on the capital, on Greater San Juan, I don't think it's safe to do. It's the same thing with Halloween, trick or treating,
Mm-hmm.
and things like. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean with affluent, but affluent, but also in the countryside, in the more rural areas of the island. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh, what did Jose? Oh, yeah, he said he's going to drop down for a
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. He had to do something. He had to do something.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Oh,
were.
yeah. Here you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, I was having a little technical difficulties. So,
Mm,
yeah. So, like I said before, I haven't eaten pasteles in a long time, so I need to find a nice place to make pasteles, and I might do a little experimenting.
I don't think I want to hear what that is. What would that be?
You know, I wonder how pasteles would taste like with ranch dressing.
No. Damn. What the hell? There is this thunderclap over here. Let me look at something.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh my. Yeah,
So,
Okay.
it's pouring. It's pouring over here, and it's thundering. Uh, at any time, there might be
Okay.
another. There might be another thunder sound. You might hear it.
Okay.
Oh, pouring rain over here
Uh,
now.
but you know, I love Christmas time. You know, you know, you know,
Okay, here you go again.
social
Here you go
gathering,
again
the
with the cold.
food. Of course, remembering the true reason behind.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hang on.
But oh, next month will be my birthday.
Oh yeah.
mhm.
My birthday was last month actually.
Mine was last month too. I turned
Well,
33.
happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well,
It was on the first
uh,
last month. Yeah, I turned 50.
yeah.
Officially an old man now.
Okay.
Oh, man, what's interesting,
Well,
Ramon, is that
I'll be
you sorry, go on.
Huh?
I will be
No,
63. I'll be 63 next month.
Mm,
nice.
got you.
Well, what I was about to say
Yeah.
to Ramon was that you are officially half a century years old, and I am now 1/3 of a century years old.
Yeah. Yes.
50 and 33.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Oh,
those are milestones.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
a
Happy
milestone. I
belated.
never thought.
Yeah. 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 Happy belated birthday, Akadistalon. I think by next year I'll probably reach 1,000 subs. So when that happens, I'll do a special live. We got celebrating it.
Nice. Yeah, Jose. I remember when you were once at 200 and something subs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Doing good, growing
And
that.
I mean,
I'm now at 654, but there's no race to the finish line though, because what me and Jose were once talking about, Ramon, when you were out, is that imagine, Ramon, if 654 people showed up to your house because of you.
Uh,
Still.
oh man, it will be a little overwhelming all of a sudden to have that. So
Exactly though, and since I've made it to 654 subs, I'm humble for that. Because
yes,
imagine that amount showing up to your door. Okay,
yes,
I that's going to be hard for some people to stomach.
all right, yeah,
well,
yeah.
I can just imagine the haters going on once I reach 1,000 subs. Oh, Jose bought subs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Imagine if 1,000 people showed up to your house, Jose.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what to do.
Because of stuff that you were saying online. Imagine that. 1,000 people are
Yeah.
so
But
you should be humble. So that's why like when people are saying that, oh, you've only made it to that amount though within like a few years or something though, that's just usually this person's ego, which is just overinflating. That's just what that is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, why is it a race to the finish line over who gets thousands of views or not though? Because all across when I really want to combine all of my platforms, I actually have over 3,000, by the way.
Yeah.
mhm,
All right.
yeah.
I made it to 2,000 on my Facebook, over 600 on my TikTok, and over 600 on here. There's not a race to the finish line.
True. I mean, look, when everything is said and done, I mean, we are all s- small content creators, okay? And basically, our audience is very similar.
Mm-hmm. A
So,
lot of my videos, when the videos that pertain to what I do out there on the streets, they actually do very well.
yes.
And I'm humbled for that.
I, s- well, I'm humble of the fact that I actually did a short that actually got 36,000 views.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, look, I said this before, and it needs to be said again. I really appreciate all the support that I received. Actually, yes, they do. They still, yes, my union does have a podcast, and yes, it's just they don't do it on a regular basis. I don't know why, but I really appreciate the amount of love and support I've gotten from my supporters, which I affectionately refer to them as the uncommon folk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what, Ramon? We need to develop a name for your supporters. Okay,
No,
so
I didn't
we
hear you.
have
We need
the
to what?
uh,
We need to. For a moment, I didn't hear you.
uncommon folk.
Ah.
I said you need to come up with a name for your supporters. Like for example, I call my supporters the uncommon folk.
Well, I mean, if I were to really develop kind of like a subscriber base, I guess it will there will be the introverts, the introverted ones, something like that. I guess that might be it.
Introvert TV.
Yeah, something like that.
Mhm.
Introverted ones, introverts.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
So you made it to, let's see,
Yeah.
82 subscribers. So that's humble. Because imagine if
Oh, it's
80.
very humble. I mean, it's just been like that for a long time, and it's on me. It's on me. I haven't put in the work to grow that, so it's
Yeah.
fine. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I could see
Well,
that when
but
you were in Humboldt Park, Chicago, that got 458 views.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
Humboldt.
mhm.
Yeah.
I
That's when I
was,
visited last year. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was there too in 2023. We
Ah,
were both in the same spot.
yeah, yeah.
Go, yeah, we went
It's
to
a
the
popular
same
spot.
spot.
Nice place.
Hmm.
Very nice.
But
That's
yeah,
right.
man, like imagine if 82 people showed up to your house.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh yeah, it will have been overwhelming too. Even if it was much less than 600 something like you guys, but it will have been
Because
overwhelming for me because I'm kind of like uh, I'm kind of like a loner, somebody who tries to stay under the radar, watch people,
Mhm.
observe people. That's kind of my thing. Yep.
And
Yep.
that's okay though, because like the amount of subs that me and Jose have on here, that's more than enough
Hmm.
to create a small town. There are a bunch of small towns all across the country that have between 600 to 1,000 people living there.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So,
guys, it
so
I've had a long day, so I'm gonna have to go.
okay.
So
Well, you know what?
yeah.
Okay, you know what? What I'll do is because I think we're getting ready to wrap it up. So if we
Mhm.
can have
Okay.
like a quick backstage, so you can share. So of course, and of course, I gotta give you
Well, yeah, yeah. I
our
can I
final
can
word.
hang
So
on. I
now
can
we're gonna
hang
take
on
it.
for a couple of minutes. Hmm.
Okay, so now we're gonna hear parting words from the person that loves cold. That think
No,
that the
don't
beaches of
start.
New
Don't
York are
start.
way better than the beaches of Puerto Rico. Who wants to go to Buffalo to watch a football game in his birthday suit in the middle of winter?
Uh huh.
Who wants to be a member of the Polar Bear Club? The introvert Boricua.
Stop, stop. I don't want to do nothing in the winter. I don't want to do. I don't want to take my shirt off in the middle of cold ass winter polar bear environment like you like it. I don't want to do nothing like that. but yeah, I'll take my shirt off if it is like 95 degrees. Now that will be that's different. That's better. Yeah, but I want to say thank you. Thank you for having me on your panel. I know that it's been a while that I haven't talked to you. I haven't let myself be seen, but yeah, I did it tonight, and let's see if it happens again soon. And again, not much else happening for me. Thank you for having me. That is all.
Okay, well,
Amen.
thank you very much. So I'm going to put you in the backstage, Ramon, so don't go away.
All right. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, Giorgio, your final remarks.
Keep living up to your divine callings and just keep doing what you were called to do, regardless of how the world is going to view you, because as it says in the good word, why gain the whole world but lose your soul in the process? So that's all I'm going to stick with.
Okay. Well,
Rather be hated by the world
okay, well, thank you very
than
much.
have
So
my
now I'm going
soul
to put,
saved.
that's true. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to put you in the backstage, so don't go away, okay? So
All right.
thank you. So let me just give you my final remarks. This was, I think, a good stream, and I'm glad that we were able to hear from the introvert Rico. He's been missed, but it's understandable. We all have lives that we have to take care of. So I just want to say, well, thank you very much for stopping by. I'll be live Monday night talking about why people choose to hate. And I'm just going to give you my perspective. And it's my perspective alone. And of course, we need to be mindful and just be the best version of ourselves. So I'm hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And of course, we're going to close the same way that we always close. We must do everything possible to avoid the presence of the mentally and intellectually challenged because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by the stupidity and massive insanity. Episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron saying good night, take care, and be blessed and